Welcome to Life Talk, a series of thought-provoking podcasts specifically developed to thoroughly enrapture, dynamically expand, and potentially enrich your life by challenging your heart. And now, here's Craig.
Trust is vitally important in living life and all the relationships we have. And because it is, let's look at the personal characteristics that build it strong. Well, trust, how do you define it? Typically, our definition of it is terribly basic and somewhat shallow. We seem to define it as the ability to rest fully and completely in something or someone. And that's about as far as we take it. Yet the incredible power of trust suggests that it is more, much more. Remove trust from a relationship, and that relationship simply cannot survive. Extract trust from whatever situation we're in, and we will doubt that person or that thing or that event to the point that we withdraw. Erase trust, and we simply don't want to go there, wherever there is. Take away trust, and all you have left is the need to rebuild trust. You might want to think about this as well. Real trust. Trust that does the distance is built over long periods of time with consistency, honesty, commitment, and the relentless exhibition of integrity and self-sacrifice. Yet, trust can be destroyed in a matter of seconds. It can come crashing down based on one single action, one errant choice, one impulsive moment, one poor decision, one untimely comment. Trust is both terribly powerful and prompting us to invest in something, even at great risk to ourselves. Yet for all its power, it's terribly fragile, undermined and completely fallen with but one word, one choice, one ill-conceived idea, one mistake. And so with that said, what are the ingredients of trust, the pieces and the parts? More importantly, what qualities do we embrace? What characteristics do we live by that builds trust deep into all of our relationships? You know, when we look at trust, we might first ask, what's our role? The Encarta Dictionary defines trust as possessing a number of key components. Trust is multifaceted and complex, a labyrinth of pieces that are undergirded by a dualistic theme of integrity and self-sacrifice. And so do we simply hope for trust? Or are we the ones who, through our deliberate actions and unwavering choices, work to build it? These then are the things that we need to build into our lives to build trust into our relationships. 1. Reliance. Reliance is defined as confidence in and reliance on good qualities, especially fairness, truth, honor, and ability. Well, in a word, it's integrity. A person of integrity does the right thing regardless of the cost to themselves. It's an attitude, a life commitment, an unwavering stance that will not bow to unethical pressures, the power of the peer group, the demands of society, or the dictates of the moment. A person of integrity will stand his ground and will choose that which is right and good regardless of the popularity or price of doing so. Such a person naturally cultivates and engenders a foundation of deep, deep trust. Second, position of obligation. Now, that's defined as the position of somebody who is expected by others to behave responsibly or honorably. There are standards that are good and right. Some call them absolute truths, those standards that dictate all other standards and all other situations. Sometimes embracing and abiding by these things bring honor and respect. Other times, abiding by these will incur great cost and potentially damaging rejection. Regardless of the cost, trust is built by standing responsibly and honorably. There is something of consistency in such stands, allowing others to see that regardless of the demands faced and the temptations that might come, the individual will stand firm on principles of justice, truth, and integrity. Such actions create a trust that weathers shifting circumstances. Then I think trust is built by a hope for the future. Hopeful reliance, that is, on what will happen in the future. Trust is about the confidence in people's actions and their commitment to set a standard that creates a confidence regarding future outcomes. We're able to derive from the commitment and actions of others a sense that the future will work out, that it will have some degree of predictability, and that if it doesn't work out, there will be the means to manage whatever happens. Trust creates stability that even in the midst of instability, things will work out. It's about the stuff of consistency that we are and what we will do and what we will say, that all of that will create a secure outcome in the future. Trust then is established not just for the present, but for the future as well. And then I think we build trust by caring, being responsible for taking good care of somebody or something. Trust involves being willing to place that which we value into the hands of others. The things that we value the most, the very things that we have sacrificed for, that we've given our lives over to obtain or protect. Trust involves placing the things most valued into the care of others. There is a relinquishment in trust, the ability to hand over to someone else all that we cherish and love, knowing that they will be as safe in the hands of another as they would be in our own hands. Such a trust means that we can trust even when we cannot be present to ensure that the things will be well. And I think the trust is built by realizing the responsibility that somebody has and taking that responsibility seriously. It's having something entrusted to somebody to be responsible for, and they accept that responsibility as a sacred trust. And here's the place of sacrifice where someone holds others' interests above their own. Trust means placing the other person first. When someone embraces that kind of attitude and posture, trust is built because the elevation of another ensures that any action will be in the best interest of the other, despite the cost to the one whom trust has been extended. This elevates trust to its ultimate level, allowing us to rest in the fact that our best interest will be uncompromisingly held as primary regardless of the situation. In the end, it's really about who we choose to be. In the end, trust is built on integrity and self-sacrifice, and living those things out in our everyday existence. The exhibition of these attitudes and behaviors automatically engenders trust. Trust is about embracing that which is true and right, that which is honest and just and pure. It's then about relentlessly living those things out in everything that we do, even if living them out incurs a great cost to us. It's a posture of honesty and authentic living that exudes through everything that we do. When these things are displayed, trust will follow. We might then ask the question, are we these kinds of people? What have we built our lives on? What might others say of us if we ask them? Trust is about what you stand on and who that makes you. Maybe the building of trust in your life and your relationships is much more about who you are and the things that you have incorporated into your life that make you that person. Maybe the building of trust begins with you. And I think that it absolutely does. And so I would encourage you to incorporate deep into the bedrock of your life the characteristics shared here today. And they will cause others to be able to trust you in ways that you could never have imagined.
Thank you for joining us for Life Talk. For further information or additional resources, please visit www.craiglpc.com.